Felix Dennis, I think he was like $30 million is super uber wealthy. Everything above that is just diminishing returns.
I remember I watched Theo Von talking to maybe Joe Rogan. We're talking about someone rich or like having like Elon Musk money. And Joe's like, oh, Theo, like what would you do with $100 million? And Theo's like, dude, I don't want $100 million. I wouldn't know what to do with it. So I'd rather just not have to think about having that much money. For the first time in my life, I realized how that actually makes sense. Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about entrepreneurship, self-development, and challenging norms.
Challenge them, baby. Back at it.
With the live studio audience.
Episode 5.
Dude.
You said I'm not coming to these episodes with enough threads. And
well,
that's probably true. But I think we've already got too many threads to go around.
I got a lot of I didn't know. It's only been 2 days. And somehow I have a notebook. I know I show the drawings every time, and I also risk fucking up my mic when I do. But dude,
it's
I'm
not
out.
worth it.
No, because now I can just go and I look. You see this little bee? You see the bee?
The worker bee,
dude.
Queen. Okay.
That's a queen bee. Oh, that's a teaser. Watch this on YouTube. We do YouTube.
Do these
dude,
go out?
I'm stoked. Do I go out? No.
Do these go out? These episodes.
These don't. I wish you said, do you go out? Because I realized right before this, I wore the exact same shirt on the last pod, which is 2 days ago. And I think I did laundry, but really unclear because this could be a sweat stain. But that's fine, dude. That's fine.
You want to tell the people? So you were playing hooky yesterday. Hooky from work. You want to tell the people what you were up to? Just kind of related.
Oh, we do that.
About.
Is this? It's one of those relationships. Hey, what'd you do today? I played hooky, dude, because we don't have jobs, and it's actually funny. My significant other, I don't know what you call this, but
yes, bait, hook,
dude, that is, she sent me a photo today. She's I don't know where, Union Square or something. It was a bunch of there's her name and her photo. Well,
I couldn't see it anyway, so it wasn't worth it.
It
wasn't worth it.
She sent me a photo of a bunch of people playing pickleball, and she's like 6 unemployed people, because that's what we are.
Nice.
We played 3 hours of pickleball yesterday. Then, dude, we had such a sick full day. We played jacks. We went to the roof. We got a bunch of blueberries, and we like throw them as high in the air as possible and try and catch them. It was
friendship.
Some might say gay. Some might. In the past, 5 years ago, totally gay. But now it's just it's more nonsense, dude. It's our rainbow. So that was fun. And then I scored 4 goals in hockey, if anyone was asking that. And it's a really good league, so I'm getting better, which is awesome. How was your day, dude?
Do we do
a really
good
I got
league?
Threads, and I don't want to waste time on our days.
No, here's the thing. We're already 3 minutes in, and we pushed this podcast earlier. I'm a little hangry. This podcast is interfering with the best part of my day, which is a hot honey chicken from Sweet Green. So,
that's not actually. See,
don't
when
need
you said
to belabor.
Sweet Green, I thought you'd get a salad. I'm gonna be honest. I thought you'd get a salad. You're cheating.
Usually
it's
do.
Really not even Sweet Green.
Look at my order history. Salad every day. I thought, I was a little famished yesterday. So I was gonna go for the hot honey chicken today. That's a treat.
Yeah,
that is
a treat. Tart and ass.
It's the only
I got some
non-salad
threads,
at the place.
dude. Was I gonna comment? No, I'm gonna miss that thread. Let's get to business, dude. We gotta get to business.
Let's get to business.
So we talked about it in the last pod, but I really
blocking.
gotta unpack it some more because it's only semi-packed right now, or semi-unpacked, depending on how you fill your glass. So the thing is here. We had a job post, right? We're trying to hire an illustrator and an animator because we accidentally sold our whole team. Ideally more than one animator, actually, but they all are terrible applications. But what we did do was put up a job post that accidentally went viral. And that means that every day in our inbox, we have 150 emails new because we fucking clear it out. And then the next day, it's just 150 more Yeah, you're cheesed. You're getting the filtered version.
Cheesed.
Because I go through the initial thing, and it's hold on, focus. Sorry, dude. I'm partially schizophrenic because I just had a conversation in my own head as if you responded to me.
Right now?
Right now, dude, it just happened. Focus, dude. Focus. So we get a lot of applications. Where was I going with this? I filter them. I'm awesome.
Well, I don't know. So I
No,
only know the
there's no
beginning
way
of
you
this
would
thread.
know. There's
Right.
no
I
way.
don't know where we're going, so it's hard for me to help
No,
connect the
I'm
dots.
sorry, dude. I used to be the bus driver of Clipped as a company, but now I remove myself from that role for this reason.
That means nothing to nobody. That was an analogy that one teammate made a year ago. And you're like, I'm the bus driver for Clift?
Dude, that's why you're
Gardeloo,
here.
dude.
Fill in some context. All right, focus here. Focus. This is a podcast. So we had this post go viral, and it's sick. We get a lot of applicants. Animators are bad, but illustrators are sick. It's like a 2-hour test, so it's not like they're just sending a portfolio. It's like people actually put in like minimum 2 hours, some like literally 10 hours. So crazy amount. And I wanted to break down like how this is possible because I think one, hiring is the most important thing. Two, people suck at it, and we didn't fully debrief like the hack that our guy Pow, who cracked the code, what he actually did. I didn't originally want to talk about this, but because I want
It's
to
a
keep
thread
some
we're
trade
half in.
secrets. No. Now I do.
Oh.
I'm bought in. Okay. So
MIT balloons?
Yeah, dude, that's a great. All right. Well, here's the thing. We tried to make stuff go viral in the past. We made a video of like, hey, we have this big referral bonus. It's 100,000 pesos, which is like $2,000. It's like, hey, you refer a friend, we'll give you this money. But we wanted to get even crazier with this because I watched a TED Talk, which was like this balloon challenge. I've described it before, but basically like DARPA, which like created the internet and other things by putting up little competitions. They put up this one competition. They're like, how can we use the internet to find things in the real world? So they put 10 big ass giant weather balloons all over the United States, random locations. Like whoever finds these 10 first gets $50,000. And so all the teams went after it, tried to like hack social media to get people to share things, but no one really shared it on a big scale except MIT, who hacked it with only 8 hours left. Like they discovered the competition really late. So they just put together this website. And all it basically did was like, hey, we want to win the balloon challenge. Click here to generate your own URL and then send that anywhere. And then the person that clicks that URL will then generate their own, but it like links back to you. And so everyone just got, sorry, explaining this poorly. At each tier, okay, dude, let me explain this better. It's been a while. Everyone fucked up the referrals because it'd be like, if you find the balloon, you get whatever, $5,000 a balloon, or something like that. They would do that with people. That's what they'd post on social media. But like, there's no incentive for you to share because if your friend finds it, you get no cash. So MIT created this little pyramid scheme. Sorry, dude. I'm gonna incorporate you in the conversation too. Don't worry. I don't like you just sitting there staring at me. But they had this thing where it's like, hey, Henry, if you find it, you get $5,000, but I recommended you, so I get $2,500, and it kind of like funneled down. A long story short, dude, we tried to do that because MIT beat it. We tried to do it and it flopped. What?
I'm giggling so hard because not because of your explanation. It was actually because either my internet or your internet is so bad that you just keep cutting in and out talking about miscellaneous balloon stuff, and I'm losing my shit.
Dude, it might be the fact that you haven't eaten too. That might be
golly.
I think my internet's sick though. We pay like $250 a month.
Oh, that's a lot. Better be sick. Yeah. So we tried to do that once, like a year ago.
There
right?
he is. Yeah, dude. Oh, I thought you were gonna take the wheel for a second, but I'm still driving. Driving.
Bus driver.
So we tried to do it. It flopped, and now like we kind of gave up on it. But I think last time we tried hiring,
it's actually really confusing.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
like the like pyramid.
That's why it flopped so hard. We tried to like visualize the the network effect or like the viral effect in a video, and it
Right.
kind of made no sense.
Right. I think MIT's works so well because it's just like, come here, make your own link, and then send that to people, and like, you get paid if other people find it. I'm like, okay. So it's just like stupid simple. In the past, we had a job post where somehow like someone we kind of like smelled out that our team was doing a version of this because they're like, hey, like they did their own version, but we didn't really understand what was happening until now. So we go and we're like, this job post that Pal put up has 10,000 shares on Facebook, which means like literally like retweeting it shares or sending it in Messenger to people. The comments, there's like 6,000 comments. They're all just like tagging people. What he did was just, hey, Pal, we know Pal gets 10,000, but he's like, hey, refer a friend. If we hire them, we'll give you 25K.
Well, Pau gets
PHP.
100,000.
Right. So, or he'd keep 75 and the other person gets, like, he's just taking his kind of cut of the referral.
Pau basically
I guess he just
took
put up the job post.
Yeah,
Like,
Pau took our hiring job post, scrapped everything that said anything about us on it, posted it himself, forwarded all the applications to himself, said there was some small referral, 25,000 pesos for hiring, meaning he's going to pocket the other 75,000 when we hire someone through him. And he was just forwarding everyone to us.
right.
So it was
Right.
like this Boont Gang makeshift
Right.
once removed referral system.
Well, what happened was I looked at the job post and I was trying to like figure out why it did so well. Maybe I don't know if we'll have a video or picture of it, but
No clue.
I saw that the URL that he was sending people to was a Google Doc, and I'm like, oh, pal, you didn't get the updated version. Like, go to smartnonsense.com/apply. Like, that's where we should be sending people. But I click on the Google Doc thinking it's our old thing before we had an actual website, our old application, and it's just his Google Doc. Like, he just copied and pasted our website into this like jank looking thing, and I'm like,
It's like
kind of fucking brilliant.
It's like email your application to hiring manager Pow at clip.co.
Right.
It's
So
like
it's at Clip too, which isn't even associated with
or whatever it
Nonsense.
was.
No, but it is. It's
That's
Pow
what
at Clip.co, but it's for Smart Nonsense. It's Benny Bunko. But it was just brilliant. And now I'm like, how do we actually, like, this is proof that 25K PHP, which is like $500, that's enough to fucking drive the whole Philippines crazy. Like, imagine if it was $2,000.
Well,
So now
there's another element that someone on our team was mentioning, which is like culturally, there are very strong family ties in the Philippines. So moms talk to other moms, which talk to grandmothers, right? Like so Nico was saying, another guy on our team was like, he was getting this viral post from his mom or his neighbor's grandma or something.
Right.
Like there's these cultural ties and family ties, and then people were looking for jobs, so everyone started sharing it with everyone.
Right. And so what I'm realizing is, if we actually do this right, and hiring is the number one thing, like, that is the most underrated thing. I think everyone just sucks at it, because even seeing like any referral, I remember we talked to our friend Ayus, who was on the pod, like episode fucking 20 or something.
Guests.
Dude, guess. Morgan Stanley, which pays their like baseline employees like $250,000, they're giving like $5,000 bonus for if you refer a friend. And it's like, dude, the lifetime value of an employee is probably like fucking $50 million. So it's like,
what was that
why are you paying
poster you sent me from your apartment building? If you refer a tenant.
Oh, did I send that to you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was $250 if you refer a tenant to our building. And it's like, our rent's $10,000 a month. It's $120,000 a year, and you're gonna pay $250.
Same with Super 73. I remember I got you to buy your first bike from them, and they gave me a $50 gift card. Dude. I was like, I just word of mouth got this person to hand over 4,000 or whatever it was. $3,000, and you're gonna give me a $50 gift card?
I was thinking about this because I've now, like, people have spent $8,000 because two $4,000 bikes or whatever, or one was even more than that. Like, super expensive bikes, but I'm like, I don't even want to, like, think about giving you a referral code because I'll get $50 and it's just not worth it. I'm just like, dude, just buy the bike from
And
me.
it's semi-viral, right? Like I tell you, you tell two people, those two people tell two people, those two so on and so forth. It's just like $50.
So they don't really
It's,
need the bonus because the product's so good, but I'm like, what if you had it too?
right.
Then I'd fucking promote it more on this podcast. But what I realized, because I remember something crazy happened too, related to this, like 2 months ago on my Instagram, because I started following the whole team. There was something Mr. Beast put out where he's like, hey, tag and post this as your story, and you'll be entered in a contest to win $100,000. And it was just him, like it was a picture of him with the briefcase open and just $100,000. And literally every single it was like 20 people from our team all retweeted this and all tagged somebody. And so it was just my stories were just constantly Mr. Beast. I'm like, why the fuck are you guys doing this? Like, you think you're actually gonna win this? But what I'm realizing
Maybe.
now is like, they do, dude. It's like a free lottery ticket. So I'm thinking like our next iteration of hiring will like figure out how to actually do this on the website. It's going to be like 100K PHP. It's Dirt opening a briefcase with $100,000. And like, that is the picture. It's not even like the Illustrator illustration. It's literally like, here's the
Right.
cash.
What's in it
And
for
now
you
everyone wants
directly?
to share. Right. It's what's in it for you, not your friend. So
Oh,
people
that's
share for the
good.
cash.
That's
So
really good.
I think we're going to hack hiring in a crazy way. And every time we put up a post, it's going to get 500 applications in the first 24
Dude,
hours.
that was a wonderful thread.
Um,
When push came to shove.
you're welcome, dude. You got one? I want to go back and forth. Oh, back and forth 15 minutes. I did that for 15 minutes.
That's what we're running up against. I got a good opportunity cost thread for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got this new car, right? Tesla Model Y, no big deal. I'm sick.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
And let me kind of cut to the chase here. So with the new car comes a lot of expenses, obviously. But in order to park in my building, it costs $300 to have a reserve. No, sorry, not a reserve spot, just a spot into the lot. Now it's $500 to get a reserve spot. So you know where you're going to be every single time. You don't have to muck around, like going and searching for a spot.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, I'm setting this up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a reserve spot, a lot of the reserve spots have chargers for EVs. So you're also getting charged. Now, I had a friend in the building. I was sitting with him once in the hot tub, and he was like, yeah, dude, like to go from $300 to $500 a month for a reserved EV spot, he's like, it makes no sense. Like, you're going to use $60 in electric or something. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right.
Wait. What does $60 in electric mean?
Like if I were to have the reserve spot and plug my car in 24/7, like electricity is not that expensive. I would use in a month maybe $60 worth of electricity charging my car.
Okay.
That's not a real number, right? So he was basically saying they're gouging you. It's another $150 a month to have the spot. The electricity isn't worth the
You're saying
$200
it's
price
even less
difference
than $200 for this spot now.
for the reserve spot
Because you
with
get
the
the free
charger.
charge.
You get the free charge. Mind you, in the last month of driving this car, I realized like there would be times when we need to leave the apartment. We're going somewhere far. We don't have enough battery. Now we got to go stop somewhere and charge. Or like on Monday coming to work, I didn't have enough battery, so I had to sit and charge for an hour. And every time these were happening, I was like,
Wait, how in the fuck did you not buy the $500 in the first place? You let that yawn time convince you?
No. So they were all reserved. I couldn't at the time.
Oh, okay.
But I took his argument at face value. I was like, yeah, I'll just go to a supercharger and it's $10 and it's easy.
Yeah.
The month went by and I very quickly became sick of this. Like, I'm really going to go sit at the supercharger for 1 hour for $150 of my time or whatever it is. Anyway, I got an email that the spot was open to get a charging spot. So I got one today. And now every time we leave, full charge. Full charge.
Dude, that's awesome.
Opportunity cost.
You could actually do the math. It's like even if you do 1 hour a month, like our time should be worth more than $150
Dude,
an hour.
my parents, they have a Tesla Model 3. They don't want to tack on the electricity for charging their car to their like home bill, right? So what my mom will do is she will only charge her car for free at the charging spot at work. And it's just like always this thing in the back of your mind,
Right,
like, will
right.
I have enough
You're
miles?
calibrating,
Oh,
right?
you're just constantly calibrating. I'm like, the car sits in the lot practically 20 hours a day. It's always full. I
Right,
never think about it.
right. Oh, the peace of
That's my
mind, dude.
thread, dude. That's my
I
thread.
when I came to the city here, I wanted to play hockey every day, which I did, which is sick. But the reason why I could was because like most people, literally 90% of whatever, everyone playing hockey, they schlepp their bags in from like their apartment and they have to put on a fire escape or something. And I was like, the only way I'm gonna make this super easy for myself is if I get into the lockers, which are like super hard to get into. It's like you get your
Uh,
reserved locker. And now I just have basically like just hassled this woman. Like I went there every day and I'm like, hey, can I get a locker? And she's like, no, they're like, you got to reserve them 6 months out. I'm like, any opens up, let me know.
they're
Finally, like,
free, just first come, first serve.
no, it's like $600 a year or something for a
Okay.
locker. Uh, and so I just like got one, and my life is so sick now because I don't need anything. I just bike in and play, and everyone's like Ubering, and Uber is like $40 there, $40 back, and I just electric bike. Like playing to me is free, so I'm like, dude, or it's even a sunk cost in my favor, and I'm like, how does everyone just
I
live in
know
the dumbest way?
it's things like I guess if you don't have a job where you can make more, if you don't have a way to make more money, then you have to be doing these calculations. But dude, it's like a dozen times a day, there are things like this that
Mm.
I don't know. There are a lot of
I
things where my
I
mom is like,
will
how
be
do you
honest
spend
though,
on that?
dude.
How do you spend?
I I did stock up on 199 blueberries again. That's what happened yesterday. I looked at the 299 blueberries, which were a little bit newer, and I was like newer
Wait,
as
wait,
in
wait.
like
You
fresher.
froze. You froze after I did.
Oh, well, I
I got to
did.
be honest, I did.
I I stocked up on 199 blueberries again.
Ah.
Like I went to that supermarket and I saw the deal again, but they were kind of like moldy at this point, or most of them were. And then there was a new batch of Driscoll's for 299. And I wouldn't have to check those. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go through the 199s and try and find ones with less mold. Um, so I spent a lot, and then my what do you call that relationship person? My significant other was
Yeah.
like, these are kind of moldy, and I'm like, yeah, but they were 199. So you know, dude,
What goes
can be a little
around
hypocritical
comes
sometimes.
around.
Um, I I had other threads, but I know you gotta eat, dude. I know you gotta eat. I don't want
Uh,
to take anything from
give
you.
me a final thread. Give me a final thread and then
All
roll
right.
over the rest.
Um,
Plenty of time to talk on the
Final
podcast.
thread, dude. Um, this is just a quick one. I remember I watched Theo Vaughn. Like we'll go through phases with comedians. One of them was Theo Vaughn. Another one, Chris D'Elia. Brian Callen was in there. Just really absorbing all their content. And I remember, I think it was Theo talking to maybe Joe Rogan, and they're talking about someone rich or like having like Elon Musk money. And Joe's like, "Oh, Theo, like, what would you do with $100 million?" And Theo's like, "Dude, I don't want $100 million." Joe's like, "Dude, what do you mean? Like, fucking $100 million? Like, that's the sickest thing. Like, everyone wants money." It's like, "Dude, I wouldn't know what to do with it. So I'd rather just not have to think about having that much money." And like, for the first time in my life, I realized how that actually makes sense. Because doing my little wants 90-minute exercise on the roof, I'm
Mm.
like, I don't need that much money. And then just having it and having to figure out like how to manage that money would just be stressful. It's like, oh, dude, threads are opening up.
Easy.
I
Easy.
I'll shut them down. I'll nip them real quick, but let me just mention them. Having $100 million, easy. Oh, it's like this idea of there is an optimal net worth, and now you froze. There's an optimal net worth, and say for you and me, that optimal net worth is $12 million. Anything beyond that is, oh, hey, we overshot it. Like, we worked too hard for this thing we don't care about. We should have just like worked less hard and played more, whatever we want to actually do. So there's that number, but everyone just thinks just more is better always. So I think Theo's number is clearly less than $100 million. Ours is too. When you look at like a Musk, it's like, dude, he doesn't need that much money. Maybe he does because he's dreaming ambitious things, but like most people, it's just going to sit in the bank anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, look at how he lives, right?
Down
He
to
lives
zero.
in like, I don't know, a very small house. Like, he's just plowing all that money back into the mission.
Right. So unless
Felix
you're really
Dennis,
on a mission, it doesn't make
Felix
sense.
Dennis even said, like, I think he was like $30 million is super uber wealthy. Everything above that is just diminishing returns.
Right.
Unless you want to do something massive or something philanthropic.
That's what I've been having all these like, there was a lot of tension with my significant other. Dude, dumb nonsense, why not? Because she'd like business class vacations and like 5-star hotels and stuff. Granted, she doesn't do it like all the time, but when she would, she'd like to like have a vacation. And I'm just like, nah, my favorite vacations are just like with the boys and we're living in hostels and like dirt biking around. Like, that's what I want to do. So there's always this tension. But now, like yesterday, for example, we literally spent $0. We like just paid for water bottles. And she's like, dude, that was the best like day date ever. Like, versus going to a $500 restaurant and you just have a mediocre conversation. It's like, I'd so much rather do this and it was free.
Yeah, I don't need the super fancy, crazy $3,000 room night hotel. What I do want though is just freedom from pricing. Like, I just want to never think about money ever.
Oh no, dude.
Just send it. Just we're doing that for 2 nights. Send it. The Blueberries, the 299ers, send them. Send them because they look good. Never think about prices. That's what I'm after.
Yeah. No, I feel that. What's cool there is I lost you. I'm looking at my percent upload. I'm at 24%, so someone's not paying the Wi-Fi bill. I lost you for a bit there, but I think I got the just send it.
Just send it.
Hey, dude, that's all. I got more things for next time.
Nope. Next time, subscribe.
Jordan!